Hello, my name is Fox and you're watching Den of Fools. Let's jump right in. In week 10 of 2023 we had 77 tournaments with a total of 1,878 players and 7,139 games played. This week Space Marines topped the charts with 15 wins and 46 top 3 places, and a weighted placing of 24.1. The Astra Militarum are close behind with 11 wins, but a much better weighted placing of 12.4. This is the best weighted placing in the blue group, with Chaos Demons getting 7 wins and a weighted placing of 14. The Orcs topped the green group with 6 wins and a weighted placing of 15.2. The Votan and Eldari also get 6 wins and a slightly better weighted placings of 14.3 and 14.5 respectively. The Gene Stealer cults are still performing well, with a weighted placing of 8.6, the second best overall. The Harlequins get the best weighted placing, with an impressive 8. All 25 factions managed at least one top 10 placing, with the Space Marines getting the most top 10s with 153. No other faction managed to get over 100 top 10s, with only 2 factions getting more than 50. The Astra Militarum get 65 top 10 placings, with Chaos Demons on 51. Unsurprisingly, the Space Marines are the most played faction, with 19.28% of players taking them. Astra Militarum are the second most popular faction on 7.24%, followed by Custodes who are on 6.82%. It looks like the Orcs have dropped further away from becoming the third most popular faction, with Chaos Demons and Tau in joint fourth on 5.22%. It takes our resident stat guru and Ultramarine fanboy Fearless Fox many hours to collect all the data. It would be great if you could show your appreciation by liking the video. It really helps us with the God algorithm of YouTube. We have grouped the win rates by colour, with the key at the bottom of the screen. There are only 4 Chaos Mixed players in blue. They get a win rate of 66.7%. The Inari top the green group on 56.8%. Chaos Demons and G-Stealer cults come next with a win rate of 55.6%. The World Eaters are still going strong on 54.2%, followed by the second most popular faction Astra Militarum, who get a win rate of 54.1%. The third most popular faction Custodes are next on 51.8%, just ahead of Eldari who get a win rate of 51.7%. The Death Guard just miss out on green with a win rate of 49.4%, with the most popular faction Space Marines getting a win rate of 48.8%. The red group is topped by Adeptus Mechanicus on 38.7%, followed by Tyrannus on 37.9%, and Thousand Suns who win a third of their games. We see the same faction struggling again this week. Let's see how it affects their overall win rate in Ark so far. Having tied with Demons in the weekly win rate, the Gene Stealer cults keep their place at the top of the win rates in Ark so far. They get an impressive win rate of 56%, with Chaos Demons just behind with a win rate of 55.8%. Although with GW mentioned that Gene Stealer cults are being looked at in the next data slate, it looks like Demons could be the big winners when it drops. The Orcs remain in third with a win rate of 53.4%. The World Eaters are climbing up the table. They are now in fourth with 52.8%. After a strong week, the Inari move into fifth on 52.7%, narrowly ahead of the third most popular faction in Ark so far, Custodes, who get a win rate of 52.6%. There is only 0.2% covering these 3 factions. It'll be interesting to see if one of them can pull away from the others in the coming weeks. The Votan and the second most popular faction, Astra Militarum, come next, with a win rate of 51.9%. The Harlequins are the last faction in green, with a win rate of 50.5%. The most popular faction, Space Marines, top the yellow group, with a win rate of 49.1%. That is the third time in a row the weekly stats have made no impact on their Ark so far win rate. With nerfs to Dark Angels more than likely in the next data slate, I'd imagine the Space Marines win rate will decrease when the most popular and one of the best performing chapters is reined in. A special mention to Chaos Space Marines, Admech and Tyranids, who are all below a 42% win rate. We know the next data slate is coming around Easter time. GW made no mention of these factions getting a buff in the last meta watch, as they have them at 45% or over. Do you think these factions should get a buff in the next data slate, or do you agree with GW that they are in the Goldilocks zone? Let us know in the comments. The Thousand Suns are still the only faction in red with a win rate of 37.8%. GW have heavily implied they'll do some buffs. They'll have to be pretty sizable to get them into the 45% zone. I personally think returning Armour of Contempt only to Thousand Suns would give them the required boost. The second most popular chapter, the Iron Hands, topped the win rates with an impressive 58.1%. The Salamanders are the next chapter with more than a handful of players. They get a win rate of 53.7%. The Dark Angels are the most popular chapter this week, but they do take a slight decrease in their win rates. They get 51.7%. Space Wolves managed to get into green with a win rate of 51.5%. The Black Templars and the Ultramarines are the only chapters in yellow, getting a win rate of 43.7% and 40.2% respectively. The third most popular chapter, the Blood Angels, get a win rate of 39.4%, with only one more chapter in red with more than 10 players. The 12 Deathwatch players get a win rate of 32.6%. No wonder GW has singled them out for a potential buff in the next data slate. The 4 chapters with very few players in blue technically top the win rates, but as they are so few, the Iron Hands have taken the top spot for the Space Marines. They have a win rate of 56.2%, which narrowly puts them above the most popular chapter, the Dark Angels, who get a win rate of 56.1%. With a nerf to the Dark Angels expected, it will be interesting to see if the Iron Hands will also get nerfed or escape punishment. If they don't get any changes, they could well be one of the strongest armies in 40k after the next data slate. The Space Wolves are the 3rd most popular chapter, and they have managed to get into green with a win rate of 50.1%. There are a further 4 chapters with over 100 players, with the Salamanders getting a win rate of 48.1%. The Black Templars get a win rate of 44.6%, followed by the Blood Angels, who get a win rate of 43.8%. Fearless's favourite Blue Boys, the Ultramarines, get a win rate of 42.3%. We have seen that the Death Watch have been singled out for a potential buff by GW. There are 2 chapters with more players and a worse win rate, who could also use a buff. As they are Codex chapters, will we see the same situation as the Iron Hands but in reverse, with the White Scars and Imperial Fists missing out on buffs in the next data slate? This week, only 2 of the known legions have more than 10 players, so we will go straight into Arks so far. The Black Legion topped the win rates of 43.4%. They are now the most popular legion in Arks. The 39 Iron Warriors players come next with a win rate of 42%, followed by the 2nd most popular legion, the Emperor's Children, with a win rate of 41.6%. As we have stated, the Chaos Space Marines are really struggling, so I do hope that GW do at least consider buffing them in the next data slate. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe, check out one of the videos on screen and consider using our affiliate links in the description. Thank you for watching.